You think you work out hard? But sadly, no results. You trained 4 times this week. HIIT for 45 minutes. Weight training for 30. Spin class for 45. You check the scale. Nothing. You look in the mirror. Nothing. And you think, I've done everything right. Why am I not seeing results? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're probably not plateaued. You're just not progressing the right way. Your body adapts to stress. That's how it works. When you lift with sufficient tension or push near failure, your muscles experience fatigue and micro-damage. Your body repairs and strengthens them, but adaptation requires progressive overload. If you repeat the same load, same reps, same intensity, your body becomes efficient. That efficiency means less stimulus, fewer calories burned for the same effort, and slower change. On the flip side, if you switch exercises every week hoping for muscle confusion, your nervous system is constantly relearning. You never accumulate enough overload to trigger adaptation. Muscles aren't confused. They respond to tension, volume, and effort. Variation is a tool, not a trick. So before you say you've hit a plateau, pause. Because most people don't actually know what a plateau looks like. They feel frustrated for a week and assume progress has stopped. A real plateau is not a one-off day, not a single stalled session, not a short dip in energy. A true plateau has 3 signals. First, it is performance stagnation. Your main lifts haven't increased in load or reps for 3-4 weeks. Second, your body metrics stall. For instance, your weekly average body weight hasn't changed for 3 to 4 weeks. And waist measurement, progress photos, all stagnant. Nutrition compliance is above 85 to 90%. That is an obvious sign. Third, recovery is stable. Your sleep, protein, training frequency, and stress levels are all consistent. If all 3 align, it's a plateau. Otherwise, it's a normal fluctuation. But do please take note though, you may have water retention, inflammation, or menstrual cycles that can mask progress for 7-14 days. That's physiology, not failure. Studies comparing highly varied routines versus repeating the same program with progressive overload show similar strength and hypertrophy gains. Extra variety mainly improves motivation, not muscle growth. Progress comes from consistent tension and fatigue, not random weekly exercise swaps. The good news is that there are 4 actions you can take to combat your plateau. First, try to run structured blocks. What does that mean? You keep the main lifts stable for 4 to 6 weeks. Then remember to track the load, the reps, and sets. For hypertrophy, aim for 10 to 20 challenging sets per muscle group weekly, and work most sets within 1 to 3 reps in reserve, RIR. RIR is measuring how many more repetitions you could perform with proper form before hitting absolute muscle failure. Second, micro progressions. Increase reps or load each week slightly instead of swapping every exercise. For example, add 1 to 2 reps per set or 1 to 2 kilograms per week on your main lifts. Third, rotate within patterns. Swap exercises but keep the movement pattern. Back squat, front squat, barbell bench, dumbbell bench, conventional deadlift, Romanian deadlift. This can keep joint stress fresh without losing overload. Fourth, remember to audit recovery before adding stress. This is your sleep, protein, and stress. If these are weak, more HIIT or heavier lifts will not break the plateau. Random weekly changes are not muscle confusion. They are confusion for you, not the muscle. Variation is effective only when applied within a structured plan to manage fatigue, reduce joint stress, boost motivation strategically. Main lifts should remain stable. Accessories, sets, or reps can rotate every block. If you're switching exercises every week, you don't have a plateau. You have no baseline to measure adaptation. Data is king in this scenario as well. Audit your training data. Look at lift progression, metrics, and recovery, not daily feelings. Are you truly plateaued or just misreading the signal? Check your numbers this week. Compare with last month. Share your results in the comments or your progress photo. Let's see who is actually improving. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you find this useful. Thanks for your support.